Welcome, Aries. This is your new moon reading in Leo, upcoming in a couple of days, very, very early on the 16th on the west coast of the U.S., which means most of the world will be experiencing it on the 15th. There is a number of aspects that are occurring, but Venus retrograde is very closely in alignment with this new moon, which is powering it with a lot of energy and desire to recognize the things that are bringing us our greatest sense of value, accomplishment, worth, and the ways in which we are investing in ourselves. So we have a unique opportunity. It's never too late to do something, to try something again, or to begin something new. So with that energy and vibe, let's get started with your overall energy, and welcome to all of you. The Knight of Pentacles is describing your pace of exploration with this awareness that you are beginning, creating something, producing something anew. You are taking careful and procedural steps to accomplish that, to build this in the best way that you know how. You are taking your time, and this is one of the gifts and lessons of Venus in retrograde. You're really understanding that in order to accomplish this, to begin something or to redo something, you must take your time, make it gentle, and make it simple. And this is also one of the energies of the Knight of Pentacles, is this very cautious, deliberate, and planned, organized way that you are building this creation. You're building this team. You're building something that you are assuring yourself, promising yourself you will achieve and fulfill. So that's beautiful energy for this new moon in Leo. For the energy of the sun, we have the Seven of Swords. You're bringing this conscious energy of really reviewing the kinds of conditioning that you've experienced, the kind of conditioning that has perhaps responded to your efforts, your desires to move forward in life, to find your happiness, to pursue your truth, with a little bit of negative criticism, a little way in which you felt invisible, not heard, or been dismissed, been discredited. You have understood now that the response that you may have consciously provoked from others, particularly those you are close to and that you would naturally feel have your interest at heart, is really helping you now see that that response, which has been very disappointing, sometimes very hurtful, is really a reflection of others, not a reflection of your pursuits, your goals, your energy in a direction that you feel will bring you happiness or success. You're understanding that these fears of others are still giving you valuable information about the way forward. They are no longer able to block you, which may have been the case in the past, or banish you in some way, but you are understanding that you must choose your battles from the information that you are gaining. You're selecting which paths, which things to park, and which things to really plan a response to that will allow you to move forward in your desired direction. That may be allaying the fears of others. That may be reassuring others that your success will not take you away from them, which a lot of times is the fear. In the position for your moon, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is really about the independence, the absolute integrity that you've developed by investing in yourself, by pursuing the things that provide you with the stability and security you need, the safety to move forward. And that safety may have meant certainly you're staying in your own lane, being physically as well as economically independent from those who may have criticized your efforts to move forward in life, may have been critical of the direction you've taken or choices that you've made. And in response, you have made sure that you can protect yourself by being independent, by not relying on others, but simply cultivating the world as you see it in a way that provides you with the safety that you require. And as a result of this independence, you are now able to reinvest your energy, your resources into something that you are building, you are creating. And this may be particularly connected up with siblings. It can be connected up with friends. It certainly is about your peers that you are endeavoring to invest in this new creation, this new project or effort. Excuse me. In your present, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about the story that you have told yourself that perhaps prevented you from moving through life successfully or growing, and the way that you have responded to that by developing this beautiful independence. You have learned the lessons that your process is a process that all others also work through. There's certainly individual aspects to your story, but you understand that your desire to grow and expand is lifelong, and that you are capable of sharing with others what you've learned. How you do that is in some very creative way. But ultimately, there is an element of the teacher in your current circumstance, and you are perhaps developing a product with which you can teach others, with which you can share your story, or you can express the victory that you've been able to achieve by going your own way, by creating your own narrative and recognizing its relevance to others. This is really fulfilling to you because you understand yourself to be a part of a much larger collective. So your efforts at developing something that allows you to express your individuality is about sharing that with others for their mutual or reciprocal growth and expansion. In the past, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and this is really about some of the motivation that is spurring you towards this reinvestment, this creation of a tool that helps others to gain what you now recognize you are a part of, and this larger collective experience, this larger experience you share with family or a tribe or a particular group of people is what is allowing you to be grateful for the many resources you have as a result of this legacy, this inheritance, but it's also spurring you to recognize that sharing of your story, the how-to, you've come to a place of succeeding and becoming grateful for the options you've had, is helping you to recognize that you can be a part of generating that for others. You can be a part of expanding this legacy so that it becomes more accessible to more people. And in the future, you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is certainly one of your cards, Aries. You are full of confidence. You are gaining in confidence. You're kind of coming back to your individual integrity, your individual expression, your individual passion to express and grow this story that you're now finding success in, this place where you are safe and secure and grounded in your expression and capable and aware of the ability to invest in more, in greater access, to provide some of the tools you've been given to others. And this is really spurring your desire not only to help others, to model some behavior that can be helpful to others, but it's also helping you to document, express yourself, create something that is truly expressive in a way that allows you to find more joy, more pleasure, more victory, more celebration, more of an ability to receive the fruits of your hard-won labors. So you're understanding that sharing is what gives you pleasure, what fuels your passion, what you feel determined to do in any effort, particularly now that you are growing. Certainly growing that independently is part of this ability to make your experience more relevant, useful, and supportive of the growth of a collective, a tribe, or a family. I'm going to clarify the Hierophant here with the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. Interesting. The 9 is repeated. It's the 9 of Wands as opposed to the Pentacles. But the 8 of Pentacles in particular is showing the amount of personal development and growth you are investing in. You're continuing to keep growing as you have already netted a sense of accomplishment and success to date. And you're understanding that beneath that has been this focus on your self-care, on taking responsibility for your behaviors, understanding ways in which your growth, changing yourself, is having the most dramatic impact on your ability to change the world. And this is part of your determination, your recognition that you may have tried many things, many ways of teaching, sharing, modeling in the past, but it is at this unique moment that you're in a position to share what you know, to run and grow this creative effort, this expressive effort in a way that now you feel you are very close to socializing almost this experience of success, of independence, of growth that you've been cultivating throughout your life. I'm going to clarify the future Queen of Wands with the 5 of Cups and the Magician card. You know, you're on a clear path here, and the Hierophant is really symbolizing this ability to take your experiences from the past, particularly the failures, the disappointments you've had, the heartbreaks that you've been on the receipt of, and really recognize that allowing yourself to grieve those losses is part of the healing work that the new moon and Venus is making easier for you at this time. You are understanding and grateful for this deeper ability to know yourself, this connection with your potential self, your higher self, your dreams, this commitment to understanding that promises you may have made to yourself early can be fulfilled, even if you may have given up on aspects of that. This is your chance to actually go through and to simply and gently open yourself up to the possibilities of victory this time around. There's a feeling of never too late, and this deeper connection to yourself is being reflected in all of your relationships to the tune of this beautiful Magician card, which is clearly and directly tapping you into all the resources you have at your disposal in order to create, to produce, to serve this beautiful thing that allows you to share your story, express your tools, help others in ways that you have been able to help yourself, that is giving you the sense of shining, being in your zone, being able to connect your desire, your dream, directly with those elements required to express yourself in this creative way, to create something that is a signature of your experience and your story. I'm going to pull an crystal, divine crystal oracle, and I'm going to read not the whole card as I have in the past, but I pulled the crystal ruby. Obviously, this is more than one ruby. This is for anyone with something worth fighting for, and it purposely points out Aries sign. You're going to want to show the world that you're both beautiful and ferocious. And when your sex life needs a heaping tablespoon of spice, this is the card for you. When the doldrums have you down, reach for ruby and some really red lipstick and come out swinging. And I want to remind you all that this is non-gendered. So this applies to everyone. Use it as appropriate. And the mantra here is to feed your fires. So thank you, Aries. I hope this is helpful. Until next time, namaste.